Welcome to the Moody's Tire and Auto Football Extra.
Where honesty and service comes first.
Serving Williamson County for over 70 years. Visit us at Moody's Tire for all your tire and automotive needs.
Stop by and see us at 1600 Columbia Avenue.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moody's Tire and Auto Football Extra. I'm Joe Williams, along with Maurice Patton. And, man, Blue Cross Bowl weekend, we're going to Cookeville. 8 games over 3 days. Thursday night, Friday night, and on Saturday night, the granddaddy of the kicker, the 6A state championship game between Maryville and Ravenwood. And I think I said that 12 months ago. Didn't we talk about this a year ago?
Roughly 12 months ago. Yes, 3 days in Cookeville. It's kind of tough on an MTSU graduate, but I think it's going to be worth it because this ball game here, Maryville Ravenwood, we just saw it last year, like you said. 35-34 in overtime. Maryville finally wins it after getting down 28-7 early on. So certainly there will be nothing that surprises Ravenwood in this one, and it's a little different Ravenwood team this time than last year in terms of how they've gone about getting back here, but really like the way they've played. Only loss was to a Centennial team that just got knocked out last week, so Ravenwood's been tested. They've come through it. They're back in Cookeville again, and they like their chances.
The fun part about today, we had a chance to talk to both Ravenwood coach Will Hester and Maryville coach George Quarles, who is kind of a legend, across the state.
There's no kind of to it. I think I saw where he's like 104 over some period of time, so yeah.
Yeah, like 104 and 10.
If that. They just, all they do is win, and they don't get bored with it, apparently.
Matter of fact, we get a chance to talk to both of them, and they both are doing the typical coach speak.
We lost by 1 in overtime, if you don't remember. Hopefully we don't repeat that, but I think we can repeat the effort. I think we can repeat the energy from our community and our student body and everybody that comes out there. We definitely can repeat that, and hopefully there'll be a different outcome this time. But, Maryville's a great football team. You have to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves. They're almost mirror images of each other. Each year, the team's a mirror image of the one before. I was giving George a hard time. The kids that are playing this year, the young kids that are playing, are wearing the same numbers as the old kids that graduate. I'm like, it's like these kids never leave. They just recycle them. But they're a great, great football team, and we're going to have to give our best effort to have a chance.
We've had a couple of these now. We played Hillsboro a couple years in a row. We've played Whitehaven a couple years in a row, and now we get to play Ravenwood a couple years in a row. And and it's hard, I think, to repeat what happened the first year. And I think both of us will have a better idea of what to expect the second time. Clearly, they gave us some looks last year that we had never seen before from them, and we were able to make a great comeback. Hopefully we don't spot them 28-7 this year in the first quarter. But, I think Coach Hester and his staff have done an incredible job. To lose that many good players and to be back in the state championship game is an impressive feat. And clearly he's changed the culture down there, and those guys expect to win. And like I was telling you earlier, I think our kids and their kids are pretty similar in a lot of ways. We have really good high school players who play well together, who take coaching, believe in their system, and they've gotten themselves to this point, so it should be a great game.
We returned a lot of kids too. You got 36 seniors, and I attribute they're the number one reason that we're back where we are. Their leadership in the locker room and how they've basically willed this team to win. We played a very good team Friday, and it took everything we had, and I feel like that our seniors kind of pushed us over the edge with their just refuse to lose mentality. We're going to have every bit of that again this week, and they've got us to this point. We just got to keep playing hard. Defense wins championships. Our defense is playing phenomenal. I would put our kicking game up against anybody's. Cruz banged another long one through 55 yards. Broke the school record 3 times this year he has. That was the last one. We just got to keep doing what we're doing. Offensively, we've got to find some way to score some points. Everybody says in order to have a chance to beat Maryville, you got to score 35. Well, we scored 34 last year, so that 35 probably is the magic number. We got to find some way to get 35 points up there.
Defensively, led by T.D. Blackman, who intercepted the ball last year at the end of the game. He's a junior, and he's a Mr. Football finalist. He's our leading tackler for the 3rd year in a row. other important guys are Matt Young up front, number 88, as a defensive lineman, defensive end, who's made a lot of big plays for us. Offensively, sophomore quarterback Dylan Hopkins has started the last half of the year, has played incredible, completes almost 70% of his passes, as our leading rusher also. We're kind of running back by committee, so we kind of spread the carries out a lot there. Joel Hopkins is a senior, Jordan Irvin's a junior, and Isaiah Cobb's a sophomore. So we've got 3 really good running backs, and then our top receivers, Kelby Brock.
John Thompson with over 100 tackles, 100 individual tackles on the season. Amazing. You've got, I think we have 3 guys on our team with 3 interceptions apiece. Andrew Luchin's obviously the returning All-State player. Everybody knows him, has 3 interceptions, but so does Zach Stalk, who got a big one to end the game the other night. So we've got guys making plays off the field. And then the unsung heroes are Jordan Moore, a nose guard, who's probably the most physically dominated player on our team on the field. Absolutely did a phenomenal job Friday. He was probably the difference in the game. And then Brad Bladorn, who plays defensive end for us too, has blocked punts and scored touchdowns and plays tight end on our goal line stuff. And the kid's done an amazing job, has a great motor. Got held on a play the other night. The quarterback escaped, and then he ran him down from behind. The kid just plays really hard. He's got that J.J. Watt mentality as far as how hard he plays. And, the other kids feed off that kind of stuff. When you see a kid giving it 110%, get everything he's got, how can you not do the same thing if you're going to call yourself a brother of his and be on the field with him? So it's that kind of stuff right there that makes us a great defense. Like I said, we've got a lot of tradition. It's gone that way since the 70s, and it's a community that a lot of kids grow up wanting to play there. And like I said, our kids, they believe they're going to win somehow. I don't want to use the word unflappable, but they don't blink very many times. We've been down a couple of times, and it doesn't seem to bother them too much. So hopefully that belief in themselves is something that will carry them again for one more game.
Well, Maurice, this particular game will close the season for the TSSAA in high school football. It's been a great one, and this should be a great game.
It should be. I really think so. Like I said, we saw what happened last year when they went to overtime before Maryville won it. I expect, maybe not overtime, but I expect another close one this time around. I
wouldn't bet against overtime, but you can follow and see what's happening live. All you got to do is follow us on Twitter at WH Sports, at Mopadden_sports, or at CS Pulliam. All of those will have it for you. Thank you so much for being with us. We'll see you next time on the Moody's Tire and Auto Football Extra.